Hi there, Grada Robertson here, your miracle coach. Have you ever wondered how you could help other people change their lives and looked for a career in the transformational industry where you can help other people who are stuck or experience pain, help them, give them freedom from their pain, or perhaps you've wondered, how can I fast track my own evolution and how can I do that in the minimum amount of time? And I'm here to tell you that I've created a wonderful program that's called the Miracle Method, which I will be offering in November, going over 7 days, which will be a full immersion here at our retreat facilities in Forth. And this is perhaps the final call because the workshop is filling up. There's really only one spot left, and perhaps that spot could be for you. So just to put it in a short version, have you ever wondered how you can change your track moments into miracle moments? And because 20 years ago, I was literally hit by a truck. Some of you may know me, and you've probably heard my story too many times, but there may be people who are listening to me for the first time. So 20 years ago, on a quiet afternoon, I was on the side of the road getting into my car as a pedestrian, and a truck came along and crashed into my body. And the impact was so shocking that I had a near-death experience. Luckily, though, at the time, my children were all a lot younger. I have 6 children, and that pulled me back in my body. But the near-death experience did something to my neurology, like it allowed a lot of my fear patterns that had been running the show to disappear for a moment, right? So my nervous system, my neurons, and the cells of my body were able to experience for a timeless moment what it's like to be not in my body and to experience bliss and complete sense of unburdening and being completely carefree and knowing at a deep level that everything is in order and I'm always connected to this field of bliss. And so are you, so is everyone. So when I came back in my body, I was in a lot of pain, unimaginable pain, of course, because I had broken more than 40 bones or fractures. My sacrum was completely disintegrated. My liver was bleeding. I was in danger of bleeding out because I had so much internal bleeding. I also had a brain injury, and the doctors actually didn't promise my family anything. So they were talking around me in hushed tones as if I wasn't there anymore, but I actually heard everything they said. So I was flown to Melbourne, and I'm so grateful that I live in Australia because I was giving blood donations and I was giving the best in surgery, like the very, very best. I felt like the medical world was really on my side, and they put my body back together. By the time they started when it was the turn of my sacrum to be fixed, it was already 3 weeks down the track because it required specialized surgery. And so it took 3 weeks to get a team together. So when they opened up my lower back to put in some steel or metal work to replace the sacrum, the doctors found to their surprise that my sacrum was already growing back out of its own accord, so it actually didn't need any metal work in there, which I'm so grateful for. And today my sacrum is completely grown back in the original shape. So I'm always telling you not to give up on yourself. Like, you can have a track moment that shatters your life, and the shattering could be your relationship, it could be your money, it could be literally your body, like it happened for me, or your spiritual life. It doesn't matter which aspect of you gets knocked around, because I mean, we are in the school of hard knocks, generally speaking. I'm here to help you recover your life and make sense of it and bring you back on purpose, and also help you tune into the energy force that's running you behind the scenes, that has the blueprint for perfect health, so that you too can restore very quickly. Now this is different. I'm talking here about that I'm teaching how I recovered my body, and I've turned that into a system that covers every aspect of you, like the spiritual aspect, your mental aspect, and our mind consists of conscious and subconscious mind. I'm also, of course, very much going into the emotional aspect, because all our trauma is held in the tissues by emotion. So the body often doesn't like to let go of those emotions, right? So I'm going to teach you literally how you can receive healing and how to heal others from their emotional burdens, I'm going to call it. And then, of course, your body as well. If you have pain in your body, or chronic pain is especially crippling. Chronic pain today is the biggest issue in the whole world, in case you don't know that. So more people have chronic pain, millions and millions. If you combine all the diseases in the world, like cancer and diabetes, and we know there are a lot of diseases, chronic pain excels all of that. So that's why I'm making a call today, because if you are looking at a career, how you can help people fast and make a proper career out of it, check out the program I'm offering in November. And as I said, there's only one spot left right now. And hopefully that can be you if you're sitting on the fence. Over the 7 days, you will be working with me. I'm going to help you source the force, I call it. So how you can plug into source or be plugged into the universe, so that your energy systems all starts to amplify and that you can become a really powerful healer. A healer's energy is often a little bit different to anyone else's energy, and you need to know how to restore yourself as well, fill your own cup, be the instrument that's tuned up properly, so that the music, the tune that comes out of your body is harmonious and peaceful and restorative, not just for you, but everyone else around you as well. So some of the things we're going to learn, I'll just quickly share this with you, and I have to read it. This is just a little fraction. So you learn how to clear energies in yourself, allergies, in yourself and others, and we can do that very quickly. Like allergies don't have to be lifelong, right? I've got people who come in here who are allergic to substances, and they walk out the room and they're not allergic anymore. And it's got nothing to do with whether you believe in it or not, because I've worked with a lot of unbelievers, like just salt of the earth people who are very grounded, maybe gardeners or farmers, and they bring in clumps of stuff that they're allergic to in the garden, and they walk out without their allergies. And once that allergy is gone, you can imagine other parts of their life are freed up as well. So we can clear toxins. It doesn't matter where those toxins come from or how long they've been in your body. We can clear money blocks, sabotages, karmic loops. So karma is a big thing in people's lives. So like karma can really trip us up. Soul contracts that are not serving you anymore, they need to be cleared. Grief, suicide tendencies, death wishes. These are all things that can run in our body that people don't talk about. It's maybe even not politically correct to talk about it. But when we clear them, people's lives turn around completely. And also you can work with children as well. It's all very, very safe. Very safe and non-dramatic the way I teach it. It's like a step-by-step system. So it's completely systemized, and you won't see any dramas on the table or with your clients, other than maybe a release in the body, like tears, and crying. That can be really good. So there's also people often live in misalignment with the universe. So the universe is operating on a set of 36 laws. Like a law can be, we know the law of, now I can't think of it, but there's the law of attraction, gravity. So we all know, like, if you let go of your pen, it drops to the ground. So these are things that we need to know about, so we can be living in alignment with it. Imagine if you live your life and you don't know that the law of gravity exists, and you're always dropping things, right? And you don't know what's happening. This is how we live our lives a lot of the time, because we don't know that the universe keeps everything in order by operating on those 36 laws. So we do that as well. And then there can be things like entity clearing. So, and much more, right? Much more. This is just a little taste. But the key thing is, if you join, you will be completely recalibrated yourself. So not just do you learn all this, you're also receiving it 50% of the time. It's going to be very safe with me as your teacher and coach. I'm holding the energy, and Peter will be there as well. All right, so you might wonder, well, why should I come to me for a week, like to Grada for a whole week, right? So other than healing myself completely from that nasty accident, I've written 3 books about it as well. So you can Google this book, You Are the Miracle. That was my first book. And then I wrote 2 more books, because I also spent 2 years of my time after that in a very dark night of the soul. I had to deconstruct my whole childhood and my whole past. And I wrote about that in a book called The Underbelly. And these all became bestsellers on Amazon. And then I wrote about my 6 children and family and businesses in this book. So that's called Alchemy of Love, because this goes for all of you busy people. I know everyone is busy, right? And we can lose the plot if we disconnect from our intuition. So those books are also about how to trust your intuition, what happens when you ignore your intuition. I've done it many times, and we do end up paying for it. So I always help everyone to live very, very closely to their intuition and just listen to it and connect with it. The biggest gift you can give to people as a practitioner is to help your clients or family to be deeply connected to their true self, right? Rather than just living from role models or inauthentic pieces of ourselves, personalities you can call them. And people feel so good, and we can bounce back from anything when we're connected to our true self. So that's what this 7-day immersion is all about as well. So it's a lot of receiving, a lot of reintegrating, and at the end of 7 days, it's like you're a new person. It will be very intense as well. So just an example of how you can use it in your own time. If you maybe never want to see clients, that's perfectly all right. Because it's always been my dream that every family or every community has its own healer. Let's just call it a healer, a person who has answers that go beyond the system, right? Because we know that the systems are failing us, or systems are good, they support us, but many of the systems are cracking up, and we need to know we need to have more wisdom how to treat certain situations. And wouldn't it be amazing if every community had their own wise woman or wise man that could help people bring them back in alignment? And so just as a little example, one time one of my little grandsons, when he was going through, he was in grade 1, and the wheels were coming off the cart a little bit, and he was starting to get bullied in grade 1. And he's very, very sensitive, beautiful, sensitive soul, maybe, you know, not a usual child, a special child. Well, all children are special. And it broke my heart. I could see in his energy where it was stuck. And as it so happened, his little sister had her birthday party in our house because it was raining. It was a horrible day like today, so the outside party was cancelled, and I have a big room in my house, so all the kids came into my house with all the visitors as well, and my little grandson was part of the party, of course. And for the whole 2 hours that I attended the party, I was tuning into his energy field and deleting the negative programming that had been activated in his nervous system, which I could see it was in his energy field, and I could just clear it from a distance. So I did it very gently. I took permission. Well, I always check in if I have permission, and if I get permission, it's always, I only will work if it suits that person's highest good, right? For the highest good of all concerned. So I had permission, so I was just, you know, handing out drinks and food as I do, and then chatting to people, and the whole time I cleared his energy field from traumas which they didn't start with him. I could tell it was ancestral trauma, and by the end of the party he was completely reset, but nobody actually knew about it anyway. But as time wore on, over the next few weeks and months, the bullying at school completely stopped, and he started to enjoy his school life. He started to thrive, and he's still thriving today. And perhaps the family doesn't even know, you know, that I actually cleared this energy field. This is something that you can do, so you can work in undramatic ways as well and help people that you care about deeply, of course, with permission, right? So all of that, we are following strict sets of rules because I know how to interact with the universe. So Peter and I, we both have studied, we continue to study. We spend a lot of time and money studying the latest research, and that's something that I feel absolutely passionate about. So I just want to say to you, it doesn't matter what age you are, the world needs you. The world needs you more than ever to show up as your best self. And if you ever had those desires or feelings in your body that there's more to you, that you want to explore, or simply if you want to fast forward your evolution, please check out this program, because it's very, very unique and it will tick all your boxes. So just to finish off, I've studied many things, in case you wonder. Like, I've studied all kinds of body work, that means hands-on body work. I've studied all kinds of spiritual work. I've studied homeopathy, essential oils, herbal medicine, bark flowers, bush flowers, flower remedies, all kinds of kinesiology. And at the moment I am studying a doctorate with a university in the US, and I'm really enjoying that as well. So all of this is like what I call acquired knowledge, right? So, and I did most of this after I turned 40. So when I was 44, I had a nasty accident. I was already a healer then, by the way, so that did help me. But over the years, my wisdom is just deepening, and I'm acquiring more knowledge that I can pass on. So there's literally not a question that you can't ask me. And perhaps what sets me apart from a lot of people is that I can tune into people's energy field very quickly. That turns me into a human, what do you call those, polygraph, or whatever the word is, or like a lie detector, right? So most of the time I can tell what's going on in your body, because the body doesn't lie, but the mind, our mental space, is the great trickster. So if the body is trying to tell you something, but the mind is constantly overriding those impulses, you're also going to have a lot of pain. So I'm going to teach you to interpret the energy field in ways that I do, and everyone can learn that, because it's like a system, like learning the alphabet. Before you can read, you have to learn the alphabet, and that's my system is like the alphabet in energy medicine and also mental and spiritual work. So you learn what your place is in the universe, and it gives you a lot of clarity and courage to move on. If this is something you're interested in, please let me know. Just click on the link below. If you're not ready for anything like that, please come and do. Come to Peter and me. We can help you with so many things. We have so much wisdom between us. We can definitely help you have an easier, more fulfilled, happy life, and help you to be deeply connected to your innermost self, where happiness lives. Hope you found this interesting, and reach out to me soon. Big love from me. Bye for now.